Good people, it's Goldie here with LockZitude, and I'm just coming on to talk to you about a little journey that I'm getting ready to take. If any of you have been following some of my previous posts, I slipped up and said something in one of the posts about the fact that I was really considering combining my Sisterlocks and converting them into interlocks, which interlocks are a type of microlocks, so they're kind of synonymous. But I've really been thinking about this for the last 6 months, and I've decided that I'm going to go ahead and do it. Just wash my hair. It's the perfect time because it's time for retightening. And I was really just kind of looking at my hair, and I'm like, I really do have enough new growth where I could go ahead and start the combining process. But I know there's been people that have questioned, the combining process and why people do it. And so I just wanted to come on and share a little bit about why I'm choosing to convert my Sisterlocks to interlocks. And it's not a negative thing. It's just a personal preference. And, anything with our locks, obviously we do what we want to do. But it was something that has definitely been a topic of discussion in a lot of the different groups. And a lot of people just don't really understand the process or what that even looks like or why someone would even want to do it. So I'm just sharing my experience. I'm going to share my journey. I'll track pictures and stuff over time after I do it. But I more importantly just wanted to preface what I'm going to do, because I do have a lot of people that are in my inbox and they enjoy watching the videos and stuff with my hair. But like you all, even though I am a former active Sisterlocks consultant, a current active loctician with current clients, just because we manage, other people's hair does not mean that we don't have our own challenges with our hair, as evidenced in me gradually cutting off over 10 inches of my hair in the last few years to get rid of the color. And I've shared my journey with that. So this is no different. It's not that I'm looking for anyone to agree. I'm just sharing what my reasons are for combining my locks and what that process is going to look like, because you'll see it over time as I take pictures. The big thing for me is I have been Sisterlocked since 2013. Literally just celebrated my 10-year lock anniversary, and I love my hair. I don't have any issues with my hair. I love being locked. I don't question whether it was the right decision to lock my hair. In fact, I wish I would have locked my hair much sooner. But 2013 was the magic year, April 2013, and I've been rocking with these locks ever since. However, I always felt that my locks were a little bit smaller than I would have liked for them to be. But again, when you're dealing with the trademark system of Sisterlocks, they're characterized by small sizing, okay? So I knew that going in. What also got factored into the sizing for my locks was the fact that when I first got my hair locked, my hair was only like 2 inches on the side and 3 inches up top. So typically what happens, most of us as locticians, we recognize that when you're starting locks on shorter hair, you tend to make them a little bit smaller. Again, Sisterlocks are characterized by smaller sizing, but even still, a loctician, they're going to typically start smaller because it does give a little bit of a neater finish and they're a little bit more manageable, when you start smaller versus starting with ginormous locks when you only have this much hair. So I always thought that the sizing was a little bit smaller than I liked. My hair did not go through this major, what's the word? I'm losing my words. My hair did not go through the huge expanding phase. Okay, your locks go through a series of expanding, condensing, expanding, condensing. My hair never got really fluffy. And I understand why that was. It was something with my maintenance that I was not aware of, and obviously my consultant wasn't aware of at the time, but I'm aware of some things that could have contributed to my locks thickening up a little bit more, but I didn't get that. And naturally my hair is not a real fluffy, head of hair. So they always were a little smaller than I would have liked, but over time they condensed as they were supposed to, but that made them even smaller. And so I've just dealt with it, and I love the flexibility of styling smaller locks because you can curl and do pretty much anything you can with, loose natural hair. I've not had any problems with that. But my second point, I'm getting older. Okay, your girl just turned 47 in November. Okay, so as we get older, it's nice to think that our hair is going to be nice and voluptuous and all that great free-flowing high density that we had in our 20s. But I'm sorry, most of us, we don't keep that same amount of density and beautifulness, okay, that we typically would have. So as we get older, sometimes we experience issues with thinning, hair loss altogether due to hormones and genetics. And I'm aware that, hey, I'm getting older, and I'm also aware of the genetics that are at play here. My family's genetics say, hey, the hairline is rolling back, and I understand that. So I'm not expecting my hair to be out here because that just ain't in the cards. That ain't what my family's doing, right? So I'm totally aware of that. But thinning, density changes, texture changes can also occur as you get older. And I'm experiencing all of that. Okay, so my goal with combining is also to kind of be proactive and recognize, okay, here's what's going on with my hair. And here's what I want to do to try to preserve and maintain the health of the hair. So, I've got sizing concerns, I've got aging concerns. And then the other thing is I'm maintaining my hair, my own retightenings, probably 99% of the time. And I have roughly 475 locks in my hair right now. And ain't nobody got time for that. I mean, yes, I work through my retightenings rather quickly, but obviously combining would definitely lessen the number of locks, which would speed up the time it takes for me to self-maintain. So these are all things that are just factoring into my decision, but I'm just ready for a change. One of the things I do when I work with my clients and I would be installing locks would be to start with the end in mind. So when I create the foundation of locks for my clients, I always start with the idea that maybe they want to grow their hair down to their butt. Okay, I want their foundation to be sturdy so that even when those locks mature and they start to condense, they can withstand length. Okay, and now they don't have to worry about, my clients walking down the hallway and their lock is falling out. We don't want that. So I think that my hair, even as tiny as these locks are, could withstand some length, but it would be very flat and they would look very sickly. Okay, and I just don't want that. So if I were to choose to grow my hair, which I have no desire to grow my hair that long, but if I wanted to, I know that by combining my locks and converting them so that they have a little bit of a sturdier foundation, I would probably do better to do that, and my length would be okay and I wouldn't sacrifice the health of the hair. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to show a series of, highlights and stuff as I work on it. But I figured there's no time like the present to go through and do that. So I'm going to work on it and then you'll just see the progression. I'm not going to do anything crazy. Like some people, when they combine, they try to instant lock and combine everything all together. Nope, I'm going to leave a bunch of two-headed dragons in my hair and I'm just going to roll out until they grow out. Okay, so that's going to be my approach. When you combine locks, please understand it's strategy. You could just go at it and just randomly combine locks and not put any order or anything to it, but it is a strategy. You want to be strategic about how you go through and combine locks because ultimately we're thinking about what the end result will be. So I'm definitely putting my game plan together. Well, I have my game plan together. So I'll talk a little bit about that as I show little highlights and stuff, but I'm excited. So I hope you guys are, signing on and you'll follow me so you can see what these locks look like as I start to combine. I definitely have decided that I'm going to focus on the front half because the back half, y'all remember, ooh, did y'all hear that pop? That's age. But anyway, if y'all remember, I did an undercut several years ago. It was about 2-3 years ago, and had this shaved and had the designs and stuff back there. And this is what has grown out. So when I relocked the back where my undercut was growing out, I made them a little bit bigger because I knew that at some point I was going to combine my locks and make them a little bit larger. So I made them larger in the back, so they're good. So about half of the back of my head is already at the perfect size. And then this section right here is not bad. I may have some to combine here and there that I feel could use a little bit more girth, but my focus initially is going to be in the front half, getting those combined. And then I'll just kind of gradually go from there. So I'm excited to share the journey with you. And I know there's people that have been thinking about doing it and they've been afraid to, or maybe people have talked them out of it. But look, it's a personal choice, right? I'm not worried about it. I know at 50, I'm going to do something drastic. I don't know what that's going to be yet. I haven't decided, but I've already said that when I turn 50, I'm going to go through a major transition. I don't know what that's going to entail. I may cut all my hair off. I don't know. So this combining process is just a step towards that, because I recognize, like, look, it's just hair. It's just hair. So y'all rock with me, and then we're going to go through this journey together. I am converting my Sisterlocks to interlocks, so y'all stay tuned.